Nobody actually knows exactly how big the world's biggest data center really is, not even the experts who investigate it for a living. In this video, you'll see the biggest single storage drives on Earth. Then we'll zoom out to the biggest data centers, and you'll learn just how much data actually exists in the entire world.
Before we look at the biggest storage, let's understand the scale of the problem. How much data actually exists in the entire world? By the end of 2026, experts estimate the world will hold around 230 to 240 zettabytes of data. A zettabyte is so big it's hard to picture. 1 zettabyte equals about 1 trillion gigabytes. That's roughly the same as 250 billion DVDs stacked together. And that number keeps doubling, roughly every 4 years, mostly because of AI, video, and cloud storage. So where does all this data actually live? Let's start small, with a single drive. The biggest hard disk drives you can buy today hold around 30 terabytes. That's about 1,500 times more than the average laptop from 10 years ago. And it's about to get bigger. A new technology called HAMR, which uses a tiny laser to write data more precisely, is expected to push hard drives past 50 terabytes within the next year or two. Now, let's compare that to the biggest SSD in the world. The largest SSD announced so far holds nearly 246 terabytes on a single drive. It's called the Kioxia LC9. To put that in perspective, that single drive could store roughly 60 million photos or tens of thousands of full HD movies. But here's the catch. This drive isn't for sale to regular people. It's built for massive data centers, and companies have to buy it in bulk, directly from the manufacturer. And some companies go even further. One storage system, built by a company called Everpure, uses custom storage blocks that can hold up to 300 terabytes each. But they only work inside that company's own systems. If your mind is already a little bit blown, hit like right now. We're only halfway through and it's about to get much bigger. Now here's something surprising. A lot of the world's long-term data isn't stored on drives like these at all. It's stored on tape. Modern tape cartridges, called LTO tape, can hold up to 30 terabytes uncompressed, or around 75 terabytes when the data is compressed. Tape is slower to access, sometimes taking minutes or even hours to retrieve a file. But it's cheap, reliable, and can last for decades. That's why banks, governments, and archives still depend on it. Now let's zoom all the way out. Instead of one drive, imagine millions of drives working together inside a single building. The most commonly cited answer for the world's biggest data center is a facility in China called the China Telecom Inner Mongolia Information Park. It covers about 10.7 million square feet. That's roughly the size of 187 football fields, all under one roof. But here's the twist. When investigators tried to verify this using satellite images, they found the real facility might actually be smaller than officially reported. Nobody outside the company has been able to fully confirm the true size. So if size on paper is uncertain, there's another way to measure biggest: how much electricity a data center uses. By that measure, a facility called the Citadel in Nevada, USA, is one of the most powerful single campuses in the world, using up to 650 megawatts of electricity. But even that gets beaten. When you add up every data center clustered together in the Inner Mongolia region of China, their combined power passes 3,000 megawatts. That's more than 4 times the Citadel, all in one general area. So why is all of this expanding so quickly right now? In one word, AI. Training and running AI models needs enormous amounts of data stored and processed at incredible speed. That demand is a major reason storage companies are racing to build bigger drives and bigger data centers. Some of the newest AI-focused data centers are being built with well over 900 megawatts of power, specifically to train and run AI systems. So here's the full picture. A single drive can now hold about 246 terabytes. A tape cartridge can hold up to 75 terabytes, cheaply, for decades. And entire data centers combine millions of these drives, using as much power as a small city or more. And all of that together still only holds a fraction of the roughly 230 zettabytes of data that exists in the world today. So now you know. The biggest single drives hold hundreds of terabytes. The biggest data centers use as much power as entire cities. And even that isn't close to holding all the world's data. And the wildest part? None of this is close to finished. These numbers will look small again in just a few years. If this blew your mind, subscribe for more videos like this, and tell me in the comments, how much storage does your own phone or computer have? Next time, we'll break down HDD versus SSD versus NVMe and help you pick the right storage for your own setup. See you in the next one.